name is Uriel, and I've made a series of tutorial vids for you in which I want to explain SMW flight and everything that's to it. I'm gonna start it slow with takeoff and basic flying. We go into turnaround, sticky flight, before we go to more difficult stuff like precision fly, specific tag, item tag, and even Yoshiflight. I hope you have fun watching this. Hey, in this part of the series we're talking about Yoshiflight. How we can mount him and keep flight, what good strats there are, how to do Tongueless flight and Tongueflight and how you can practice it, and we even go into Parityswapping and setting up for 1 speed. And for this we're going back to learning to fly. It's Yoshiflight. Yoshiflight basically is a science in itself, and I'm gonna admit first that this is just my personal experience and strats with it. I do not think that those are the best strats, but those are the strats that are working for me. First thing I want to say about a little bit technically now is how we're actually supposed to fly is you have to have flight state and you mount Yoshi. And from then we take a look what we can do. Let's first take a look at strats, how we can mount the Yoshi. Like, this is probably the most common one. But unfortunately, if you just do it like this, you die. And here comes the first thing you actually want to know. I personally don't think you should ever dive on a Yoshi. There's a couple reasons why. When you're diving, you're pressing forward in a direction and you do not want to do uncontrolled inputs with Yoshi. Yoshiflight is very technical, and what you do not want to do is uncontrolled inputs. It's difficult. What you want to do instead, in my opinion, is slowly fall onto a Yoshi, like this. This makes it very easy. And I'm gonna go a very different way now than everyone else you will hear that talks about Yoshifly. And I want to explain Tongueless to you first. Because in my opinion, Tongueless flight is easier than Tongueflight and actually a lot more lenient. So basically, how does Tongueless work? Tongueless, you just have to get used to flying backwards. Like, if you want to go left now, this is the way you have to face while doing Tongueless flight. And what you want to do when you're moving left while you look right, basically look at the cape. The cape is the thing you want to look at. When your cape is facing the way you want to go, you do some forwards input and then backwards. And I know this was very, very unspecific. You have to feel this out. Like, I personally, I show you on the controller, it looks like I'm scrubbing off the controller, like I'm scrubbing slowly from left to right. You have some up and down inputs in there sometimes that you see, because I'm really doing this. I'm scrubbing from left to right. Scrub, scrub, scrub. This way I'm doing Tongueless flying. This is a way, if you do it like this, you can get very consistent at doing the same. And what you normally want to look for is, once Mario's cape is back up, this is the earliest phase. I'm pausing too early. Like this. Now you can do the next Tongueless pump input. If the cape is up there, now you can do the Tongueless pump input. But instead of looking at the cape, I personally am just going by feeling. And it's something I think you have to practice a lot and get a feeling for it. Anything else is just not working. And one other thing, and that's why I like Tongueless a lot, is it's very lenient. Once you know how it works, you can work around a lot of stuff. And you just saw me doing this funny left, right Yoshi, that's called the death wiggle. That happens when you're doing the left-right inputs too quick there. You don't want to do this. And recovering from this is possible, but you have to keep calm and give yourself time to actually do the quote-unquote forward input, like the one where Mario is facing backwards now. That would be, if I put left now, that's a forward input for Tongueless flying. You want to do this one, and you want to do it long enough. What you do not want to do is left, right, left, right, left, right, very quick. That's not working. It's like left, right, and waiting. Left, right, and waiting. Really, it takes time. And if you want to do turnarounds by doing Tongueless flight, you saw me doing this. And the thing you want to do for this is the longer you hold forward compared to backwards, the quicker you go. But the other way is true too. If you do a short forward input and a longer backward input, Mario is slowing down on a tongueless input. So much even that you can even do stuff like this where you're basically at zero, or you're doing, this is basically doing tongueless flight the wrong way. It's possible, but it's very difficult and not exactly precise. But if you instead want to just turn around, then all you have to do is put in one more input the other way, that Yoshi turns around. You see me doing it, and after that it's just normal tongueless again, where you scrub over the D-pad, move it left, right, and you see me doing the input there. And now that I've explained to you tongueless flying, there's something else you can do. This is tongue flying, and in my experience tongue flying is a lot more difficult because it's very timing based. You have to extend the tongue, and after tonguing you have to hit a backwards pump like when you're normally pumping. It takes a lot of practice in my opinion, a lot more to get consistent than tongueless. And if you want to practice this, I personally like this strat. You can just stand somewhere on the ground, and if you're doing it like this, if you're moonwalking, you're doing it correctly. If you're not moonwalking, you're not doing it correctly. And you actually have to move one or two steps with Yoshi. Like just sliding it is not good. If you're just sliding, it's just too short. And if Yoshi turns around, your timing was off or something like this, or you held it too long, you can't turn around. Like, do this, and this is a way to practice this tongueless input timing. This works a lot, I think. But for that, you still have to be able to know your normal pumping timing from normal flying, because this is 100% the same. So you have to do this feel based. Now a lot of people will tell you that you can look at this cape like you're doing with tongueless timing, and while that's technically correct, I think it's very impractical. Like, I wanna show you something first before I talk about how we can mount Yoshi, by the way, in a different strat. Like, this is one very common one. And I made a great mistake here. You saw me going left, or you saw me going right. That is very important to know. When you're mounting Yoshi, you will always look the way that Yoshi is looking. And that means you're facing left now. And a very good friend, hi Greg by the way, gave me a very, very good strat and trick, and I can only recommend this a lot. When you're mounting Yoshi, no matter what you want to do, the first thing you do is do one tongueless pump, the way Yoshi is facing, so you can get actual control. After that, you're in control. Like, it's a lot easier to control Yoshi and Yoshiflight when you're actually in an upwards moving way. You're flying already and you're moving upwards. You have time, you can think, you can react to stuff. Otherwise, you're in a very, very how do I put this? In a spot where you don't have much fun. So that's basically what you want to do here. And yeah, I know you're doing it with the cape too, but from my personal experience, it's a lot easier to do this when you're actually... Yeah. You can lick this, by the way, again, to get it back. And that is one way, and I want to show you this now. That is the other very that is the other way how you can get flight on Yoshi. This is the vanilla speedrunner way. You mount the ceiling, and that means you press A as soon, while holding Y, you press A to dismount from Yoshi as soon as you bonk, and this way Yoshi is moving upwards and gets pushed back into, but you are not on Yoshi for a short frame. You get flight, you catch Yoshi while you have flight, and you're in a flying state. It's the same as on a 1F0, as when you catch him on a 1F0, but you can do this a lot easier on setups on your own. And this way you can mount him. One more thing I want to show you now is the reason why we use Tongue and Tongueless sometimes, and how to actually do it, and how we can work with items together with Yoshiflight. The first thing you see me doing now is trying to get a 5th eat here. I have a save state here where Yoshi already ate 4 things, and that means the next time he eats something, he'll grow. And he will grow. And remember the last time, I earlier said that Yoshi is determining the direction we're looking. And it's the same with baby Yoshi. So we will face to the right now when he gets an eat, unless we do a turnaround. And that means we want to start off with one Tongueless pump going left. The item that we need for the game is all the way to the left, and it's a key. And let's see how we can get this key. So what you saw me do here is messing up the timing. You want to get the eat when you're moving downwards. When you move downwards, you will just land on Yoshi. And what I did now was getting control with Tongueless here. And as you can see, Tongueless is once you know how to do it, it's really good. And here's the key. And normally you would say now, well, just lick it, can't be that hard. What I want to do now is I have a save state here. I want to go a little bit to the right again and show you a good way of actually getting it with tonguing. Like, I personally try to avoid Tongueflight when I can. It has its uses, but I feel more consistent with Tongueless. Unless you want to do something where you have to keep the exact speed that you have, like 1 speed for example, that you can only do if you keep on tongue flying. Otherwise, Tongueless is the way to go for me. I try to go Tongueless to the right now. I hope I'm in the right state. And then we do some tongue flying to the left. And if you want to grab the item, it's easiest to try to be in an upwards movement while you're licking. That way you have more time to prepare to the swap to Tongueless. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, we're going back the other way. We're getting some height now. We're doing some tongue flying. I wasn't high enough there. But that's okay. We can just try again. That's the beauty in Tongueless in my opinion. 0 speed is really not as... Oh. Damn it, now I really messed up. And you saw me death wiggling there a little bit. That's okay. So I have to get a little bit higher. you saw me going in an upwards movement for the key, and we actually got it. What we want to do now is, now we can only Tongueflight, but I want to show you how we can split the item. Flying Tongueless to the right now wouldn't be that difficult, but in some setups it's important that you split an item. For example, if you have to use activate an on-off block with something from Yoshi's mouth. And obviously one thing you can do is just split left now while you're going right, like this. But sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes you have to split the other way. There are some very tight setup that make this. Now we swallow the key. But what you basically want to do is, as soon as you start your Tongueless pump, you can split with pressing X, or rather the other run button. That way you will split in the direction Yoshi will face. Let me show you. It's basically something like this. If you do it too early, you're spitting still to the left. But with a little bit of training, you can do it like this. You do it before you reach the second part of the Tongueless pump, where you're going quote-unquote backwards input. But you don't do it immediately either. Like when you do it immediately, it will be like this. Give it some time. A little bit of practice helps you. And that's basically it. And now there's one thing that I want to show you that has a very precise needed setup. Like I talked earlier about Mod Cape and how it works. Unfortunately, that's not everything you have to do in Mod Cape, because Mod Cape is really messed up. And the messed up part in Mod Cape is not the 2-tile climb or the drop through the zero gap. By the way, when you mount the Yoshi, you always land at 0 speed. Always have an even parity, no matter what you do. Go another go for flying because the camera moved down so far. Okay, I have a save state here now. I want to mount the Yoshi, and you will see my speed go to 0 at the beginning. And I will show you a way now to swap your parity and get to 1 speed on Yoshi. So basically the thing that you want to do is, you're doing Tongueless pumps, and since you're flying backwards, speed oscillation kicks in. And what this means in theory is, if you're moving backwards, as soon as you start the Tongueless input, like the first couple of frames, you press 1 time B, and if you're quicker when you start the Tongueless pump than 8 speed, you swap your parity. And this sounded very difficult. I was way too quick to show you anything there, because this was just speed oscillation kicking in between there. I have a save state. Like, I'm not so quick here, and you saw me swap my parity. Like I'm on odd now. And now what we need to do is, and that is something that is very feel-based. I hit the wall, I'm back on. Whoa. Good thing I have a save state. When you hit the wall, you're back on 0 again. And swap. It's not working every time, and unfortunately, you have to practice this a lot, and normally when you do it, you don't have a speed meter next to you that tells you if you're successful. But you can try this, can practice this with this a little bit after doing it. If you're still on odd, on even I mean, it's possible to go to 0 speed with left and right, forward speed, and you will never get to -1 or 1 if you didn't swap parity. Doesn't matter your modulo, you will hit one of those 3 speeds. But 1 or -1 only if you're on an odd parity. And after that, you see me getting -5, 1, 3, 7. That means what you want to do is get to a speed that moves you forward, and after that get another B tap in, but this time looking forward while you're tonguing. Okay. While you're tonguing, so you're not swapping parity this time, just decreasing your speed by 6, because on the way you just did it, you will always land at the wrong parity. That means you need 2 B taps, but on different spots. Like I swapped my parity with the first B tap, and I'm doing it not at the correct timing, I'm doing it too early here, that's why my speed doesn't change. I know I did it, but I had left for far too long, but I still did it. And now I can show you a very good way. Once you're on the right parity and modulo, you feel around a little bit, you will see when you have 1 speed, this is 5, this is 1. This takes a lot of practice, and believe me, it's really not easy. There's a different way to set up for 1 speed, but I personally like this one more. Let's try this again, and now let's try to make this look a little bit more consistent. Like we're mounting the Yoshi, we're way too quick here in the beginning. We want to do one nice tongueless pump. We did it. We had 1 B tap to swap the parity and 1 B tap to slow down, and that's 1. And it's possible without the speed meter. It helps to show it now to you, but you can get this on your own. But I can't emphasize this enough. It takes practice, and a lot of practice. And I think that's everything I wanted to show you for now. There we are at 1 again, and I make this look easy now, but it's hard. I just want to say it's very hard. Take the time, practice it, and I hope this tutorial helps you and clears some stuff up. And if you're uncertain about something, how it works, how I do it, feel free to ask me a question. I will happily answer all of them. And I think I should have answered most stuff I want to answer now. So with this, I'm gonna end this now, and thanks for Cape Gaming, and hope you have some fun. Hey, I hope you liked the video. I hope you give the other videos a go, and if you learned something, I'm very happy about it. Anyway, see you soon, and bye bye!